According to Freddie Mac, between August of 2021 and November of 2023, the interest rate on a 30-year fixed went from a low of 2.77% to a high of 7.79%. That's an increase of 181% in a matter of just over 2 years. While it's true, rates have been higher in the past, the rate of increase in such a short period of time is unprecedented. As of the recording of this video, we're sitting at about 7.17% for a 30-year fixed. I'm Erik Schwinger here with a market update for this first week of May 2024. We all know rising interest rates negatively impact affordability and generally dampen buyer demand. Although the higher rates this time around did initially cool demand a little bit, it was really temporary and really mild. Not only has demand returned, but it's returned with a vengeance in some areas. So what's driving all this demand in a relatively high interest rate environment? For that, we need to look beyond just the housing market to the broader economy and some demographic trends. First and foremost, the underlying US economy is really strong. Despite stubbornly high inflation, that's really no fun, consumer spending, which is the truest indicator of the economy's strength, is still really high. The financial markets, even with a lot of volatility, are still providing considerable returns for those invested there. Unemployment is low, wage growth is strong. You add to that the lock-in effect that so many sellers are experiencing, and we've got a perfect storm for supply and demand to be all out of whack. Demographically speaking, millennials and Gen Zers, the two largest generational groups in the US today, are forming households faster than homes can be built. One thing that is still true of high interest rate environments, cash is king. Did you know that 46.8% of luxury homes sold in the first quarter of 2024 were purchased with all cash? That's the highest rate of cash purchases in over a decade. Now, for some good news, we are starting to see some thawing of this so-called lock-in effect that's kept many sellers off the market. This can't last forever, life goes on, and people need to move. Nationally speaking, there's about 30% more homes on market at this time this year than at this time last year. New listings are up double digits as well, and inventory is building. Chicagoland seems to be lagging behind this national trend a little bit, but we're starting to see some reason to be optimistic in the data. So how can you use this information? If you've got people in your sphere who are hesitant to sell because they don't want to give up their rate, they should really be thinking about the opportunity cost of waiting. Will demand for their home in 12, 18, or 24 months be as high as it is today? Who knows? If you've got buyers waiting on the sidelines for rates and or prices to drop, I have some tough news for them. With inflation still above the Fed's target, economists are predicting there will not be a rate cut at the June meeting, and there's only about a 50% chance they'll cut rates by September. And if rates do come down, what do we think that's going to do to demand? More buyers means even higher prices. So the message for both buyers and sellers in my sphere would be carpe diem. Seize the day. Life is unpredictable and tomorrow is never guaranteed. Where do I find all this great info? 3 of my favorite sources of information on the economy and housing are the monthly Economic Insights webinars with Marcy Russell through Leading RE, Altos Research, and more locally, Crane's Chicago Business and their Daily Gist podcast. Links to all of these resources are in the description below. This has been your Daily Edge. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week with your next market update.